All right, so I believe that this is a good time to get started. My name is Majid. I am the Chief of Operations on the Taboo project. I want to thank each and every one of you for being on the call. I always say it is extremely important with any investment, whether it's a stock, whether it's a crypto investment, to arm yourselves with knowledge and to stay informed at all times. And this is one of the reasons why AMAs are so highly important, is because we on the core team will be able to provide updates, we will be able to answer questions. And on this AMA in particular, we have our guest speakers that'll be on the call, which shortly I will introduce. Chloe Terry, who you all know is our designated brand ambassador. She's excited, she's buzzed, on the brand that we're building here, as well as we have a new guest speaker, Jenny Summers. So, we're very happy to have her on the call. She is also another Taboo brand ambassador as well. But before I get into all of that, I do want to mention one key point, and this has to do with the brand that we're building. See, Taboo is truly a brand, and it is the brand that we are working to build day in and day out. We have some exciting developments around the brand building side. Our Las Vegas billboard is coming. It's scheduled for December 3rd, where we will be featuring Taboo as well as our marketplace right by, I believe it's Raider Stadium in Las. No, it's actually right by, off the highway by a stadium, and there is going to it's going to be there for over about just about 1 month. We are going to be building a Taboo calendar. Digital magazine is coming in very soon. The radio show as well, and this is all in addition to the marketing and all the strategies that we are doing on the token growth side. So I want you all to understand that right now you are invested in a project, just like how Playboy just started. You are here right at the beginning and at the infancy of it, because we really are here early. This is a brand that is going to stay for generations. And because we are on blockchain and we are in a decentralized fashion, we all know that digital currencies are the future, and we are actually the Playboy of crypto. And I always say this right now, my belief for all of you is that this project will get to top 10 one day. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. See, when it comes to running a crypto project, I believe that this core team works a lot harder and is a lot more determined than the majority of dev teams that are out there. And I will not stop until we get there. In fact, we're already in the talks of creating a merchandise store, because my belief is one day, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be wearing Taboo branded merch, hats, hoodies, different types of, lingerie for ladies. This is really a brand that we're building. So I wanted to emphasize on this first and foremost. Now, with regards to our growth so far, I'm very happy to have announced that, we are listing on Gate Exchange. This is a top 10 cryptocurrency exchange. Our listing date is coming on November 23rd, which is right in line with our marketplace launch. And we are on schedule to launch our version 1 marketplace for the 23rd. But I will always be here to remind you all of one key point yet again. This is the starting version of our marketplace. This is not the final product. We will never have a final product, because we will constantly be updating, modifying, and refining this marketplace to meet our standards. So this is the starting point of our journey together. I am extremely thrilled and delighted to see that we have grown to now, I believe we're holding just above 250 million market cap. And I know all of us are excited and waiting for our growth to continue and to hit 1 billion and 5 billion and 10 billion. But I need to mention this. It is really important. See, periods of sideways movement, periods of consolidation, when we see whale sell-offs, when we start to notice that maybe the charts are not moving up, that is not a bad thing. It wasn't long ago where we were trading sideways at 4 to 7 million market cap, and then out of the blue, we ended up going up to 100 million market cap. And then we went up to 200 and 300, and we went to an all-time high of 550 million market cap. See, we need to remember one thing, right? We look at the markets today and yesterday. The markets were down, but Taboo held strong. So we are an extremely resilient project in that sense. And the more we have more people who have smaller holdings that get a chance to own and hold Taboo, the more price stability that we have. See, what excites me more than anything else is knowing that an individual that owns $50 or $100 of Taboo in a country where that is a lot of currency and a high amount of it, for us to be able to make a difference in their lives. See, we want to make sure that the community thrives first. We ourselves are not here to thrive ourselves. You look at BSC Scan and you take a look at the team tokens, at the marketing and development wallet. We have not touched a single token because we want to ensure that the integrity of the project stays high and that we are able to continue to grow with as little barrier to growth as possible. So I'm happy that I'm on this call right now, and I want to thank each and every one of you and congratulate you. You are here early, and I'm very, very excited to introduce Chloe and Jenny onto the call. And, we really are right around the corner. November 23rd is not far away. It's just under a week away. And this utility for the project is finally coming in, because before we never had a working product, and now we will. Now, before I move forward, I'd like to introduce Chloe and Jenny. We all know Chloe is our designated brand ambassador. She is our crypto queen. I'm going to let Chloe start to chat a little bit now. There may be a lot of new faces here on the call that have never been on an AMA before. So maybe perhaps, Chloe, you can share a little bit about yourself and why you're excited about Taboo, and we can get into some questions. But I will get you to introduce yourself, and then I will also introduce Jenny shortly after as well.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. It's Chloe, your crypto queen. You guys know I'm all in on Taboo. This project excites me so much. Having worked with Playboy for the last 10 years of my career, I really know the ins and outs of the modeling industry. And, I've recently, when I say recently, I've been involved with crypto for about a year, but it's so great to finally have my two worlds collide. I'm so excited. The marketplace, wow. I mean, it's already the 16th. It's snuck up on us. We've basically, a week until this marketplace launch comes out. And we've got our billboard on December 3rd. We've got so many amazing new projects coming. We've got more brand ambassadors. My plan is to have 12 by the end of the year, so that we've got 12 wink wink for a calendar. And I'm so excited about today's guest, one of my bestest friends, Jenny Summers, who has also been working with Playboy for many, many years. She was an NFL cheerleader. She is, my best friend. She is an amazing brand ambassador. She's so excited to be part of this project as well. And that's what makes me feel so great too, is that so many of my girlfriends have really been wanting to get involved in crypto, and having Taboo and being able to share that with all of my girlfriends who are interested in it and want to learn about crypto and want to invest. This is just like the perfect opportunity, because it really brings in the modeling world and, the cryptoverse. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce my best friend, Jenny Summers.
Hi, baby. And hello, everybody. You can hear me fine, right? It's working now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
I really am truly honored and blessed to be here. And Chloe is the best friend in the entire world. And I've watched her grow and be so excited and proud of her projects with crypto. And of course, I grew a lot of interest in it. And I'm so happy that she personally invited me to come be a part of Taboo. Of course, it's always good to have out, other ways of making money and a source of income. So this is my first time investing in crypto. I'm learning a lot very quickly with you guys, and obviously learning from the very best. And yeah, I'm super happy to be here and to be an ambassador for Taboo. Chloe hit it all the points. Yes, I was actually U.S. ambassador at one point for baton twirling, traveled the world. I've seen 32 countries. And after becoming Playmate for Playboy, I became a manager and producer for them. I worked full time with Playboy for 6 years and was 8 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So 8 years as an ambassador for the NFL. I take a lot of great pride and passion to whatever I connect my name with. So me coming on board with Taboo is really special to me. As you can see, having the loyalty of 8 years and 6 years, that shows that when I put my time and money into a brand, it means a lot to me also, not just to be a face in the public, but also on the other side of it, the mechanical side of it with managerial and the money and everything. So thank you guys for having me here, and huge thanks to my Chloe, my bestest friend ever.
Yeah, and this again speaks to the theme of I'm very happy with your introduction, Jenny. I know that you have a lot of passion for being involved in Taboo, and you've been very grateful at the opportunity as well. But the opportunity is really here for everybody, every investor. I always say this. We have to arm ourselves with knowledge. Knowledge is what eradicates FUD. Knowledge is what ensures that investors will be able to handle fluctuations on a project. See, Taboo really is a set and forget type project. It is really a project where you will smile and be happy a year from now after staying invested in this brand. And when we look at the quality type model partners that we have, I said this in the last AMA, they would never partner with a project that reduces their reputation and tarnishes their personal brand that they've developed. And this is a big focus of ours now, is to continue to build the brand with live events. Taboo Mansion is coming soon, trips. We're going to start doing giveaways for certain holders after our marketplace launches with regards to maybe holders that maybe are not able to get into the higher tiers. We will start to do giveaways and allow people to get into the higher tiers as well. But before I move forward, I want to make just one announcement around the marketplace. It is really important. See, we always say simplicity is key. The simpler that we can create our product, the easier it will be for non-crypto centric investors to buy us. So upon launch, some of the utilities that we are going to have, and there's been some modifications around this. See, first and foremost, there will be yield farming, but we have enabled it so that there will be just one simple pairing to start, and we will add more syrup pools as we start to continue seeing how the launch goes, and as we continue to update on the tech and the utility side of our project. In terms of staking, there will be staking on the marketplace, and we are going to have lockup periods on the staking with a very attractive return. Now, the DeFi aspect of our marketplace with liquidity mining and being able to earn on transaction fees for maybe the more technical minded individuals on the call, we are going to phase that in a little bit later. And the reason why is because we want to make sure that we can maximize on the price impact of every move that we make. And I believe that there needs to be more education around the DeFi aspect of our marketplace. So when we launch, it is going to be a simple user-friendly product that will show the world we are a premium brand. So I wanted to just make that clear. Now, I'm going to open up the floor to questions for Chloe and Jenny. I will share some more updates a little bit later on, and then we will move to community questions for individuals to ask me what questions that they have, and it's their opportunity to get their questions answered. So who has a question for either Chloe or Jenny right now? Everybody is silent. I suppose should we stop the AMA now? Then I think everybody has every single question they want to know answered. No, I'm just joking, but don't be shy. Feel free to ask a question on the call. Jenny's, it's her first time here on the call as well, so she's happy to answer some questions too.
Jenny, did anybody ask any questions on the Instagram? I know that both Jenny and I posted links. So maybe we could see if there's some questions in there while we're waiting for you guys to get your questions together.
Okay, I have a question for Jenny. Hi, Jenny. It's nice to have you here, and I like your introduction. I heard a part in your introduction that said you take great care when you attach your name to a brand. And I know you're part of the NFL and part of Playboy. Are there any other brands that you attached your name to and they became more mainstream because of it, or more profitable because of it?
Yes, absolutely. Cruz Azul is one of the biggest football teams. It's actually soccer to most of us, but they personally invited me, the son owner, invited me to be part of Cruz Azul, and they have definitely grown, and on both sides of it, for them and for me, with being such a household name and brand with the team. And I travel with the team and go with them and support them, and the passion and love, because I was invited by a family member, obviously was very different. So it's very, very, very special to me. And that's one of the other biggest names and brands, I would say, would be Cruz Azul. So if you've ever have a chance to look it up, or if you're a football fan, definitely check it out.
And it's not American football. She means soccer in the North American lingo. Yeah. I actually played competitive soccer, most of my life. So I actually played semi-professional. So it was really interesting when I learned that Jenny Summers was involved with the sport of football or footy, so to speak, and Cruz Azul is a major club as well. So.
Yeah, they're huge, and Liga MX for the league in Mexico. Literally one of the most historical teams of Mexico, pretty much. So it's been a lot of fun to be a part of it. And I also have seen a lot of interaction of my Cruz Azul fans excited about the crypto project and with Taboo. Very, very supportive of my joining the Taboo family. So it's really nice to have them not only support me and us support Cruz Azul, but for them to really be excited about crypto now also. So it's going to give everybody a lot more financial freedom, and I think it's super exciting.
Yes.
To connect all worlds together.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll have
Thank
Taboo.
You for your answer.
Taboo thank you for asking.
On football stadiums. We'll have Taboo advertisements one day on big football clubs as well. So the potential is endless there. So very good question, Jake.
For sure, I think it would be great.
Yeah. Any other questions right now for Chloe or Jenny?
I have a question from my Instagram. Someone, Majid, maybe you can answer. So Alexander asked, is Taboo backed by hard currency or is it mined? Can you mine Taboo?
Right. So we don't have liquidity mining yet. I'm holding off on, making Taboo as a platform, as the next Sushi Swap, Uniswap, or Pancake Swap of the adult space. I'm going to phase it in carefully with the right educational materials, because with liquidity mining and with some of these more advanced DeFi protocols, I do understand that the majority of our holders, I believe that simplicity upon our version 1 launch is very, very important. And I want to make sure that there's proper marketing in place before I launch these types of advanced, DeFi protocols, so that we can maximize on the potential of that marketing spend and to ensure that people really understand the intricacies of how all that works. But to answer that question, I am planning, and we will have this after launch, and we will phase it in. The Taboo platform is going to become a self-sustaining DeFi platform that will be like the pancake swap of the adult space. And this is very, very exciting for me. But that will be phased in shortly after launch. So that was a good question. Yeah. Good. So any other questions on the call for Chloe and Jenny? And remember, they're brand ambassadors. Any technical questions around Taboo, that'll be left for me after they depart from this call as well. So I will try to take a look on the chat now and see if there's any questions here. So
I had a question.
Yep. Go ahead.
For both the brand ambassadors. So, what is the single most thing that you love about being a part of Taboo team?
Do you want to go first or me? I'll go first. For me, I think the most exciting thing about being a part of Taboo is not only being an ambassador, but actually having investment in it and being able to really be able to get back from all sides of it and to be a part of it, to really be a part of each of the projects with the billboard coming. I loved when he said that we're going to have eventually a merchandise store. Like, all of that is really exciting and great. And to be on board and hands-on really in it with the inspiration and the production side of it and making something so great. So for me, I think that's really, really awesome to have all of that come together.
Awesome.
Can I have a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
For Chloe and Jenny Summer, how can you encourage some countries like conservative country to join on the Taboo because they're conservative, right?
Well, from what I'm learning, I think it's great because there's no limit. Like, there's no you can put in less or more, and you're still going to have the opportunity to go and to make money off of your investment.
Also, I think maybe he was referring to conservative because we're our NFTs are going to be kind of not safe for work.
Okay.
Each model will make their own decision on how risque their NFTs will be, or how safe they'll be. And I think that investing in Taboo, it doesn't matter if you live in a conservative country or if you are conservative. I mean, it's your own choice and decision. Everybody makes that decision, but I think that anybody can really invest in Taboo from anywhere. I don't think that it really matters whether or not because we're not focusing in on adult content or anything like that. We're focusing in on art and creating beautiful art that we're very proud of. And each model makes that own decision. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I will just add one point before you answer. We are in the adult space. However, porn is not our flagship product. And from day one, James and we were very focused on creating an atmosphere where different kinds of models from around the world will have the ability to choose whether they want to, do nudity type NFTs or not. So that doesn't mean that that's not going to be part of the project, but there are models that maybe are not comfortable in doing so, and maybe they will become comfortable later on. There are models that are happy to do so. I know CJ and Chloe are happy to do that. Some models are not. So it really provides an opportunity for all kinds of creators to get involved in a welcoming atmosphere where they have the full decision making power around that. So that's one thing I want to clarify there. So yeah, go ahead with your question. I believe I had cut you off on a question. I'm not sure who it was that asked the question. Yeah.
Because I saw some of on my countries, like if they saw the coin named Taboo, it's like they questioning on herself or something, because Taboo is like not good for hearing or something like that. It's not
Right.
bad image for them, you know.
Yeah. So I'm going to answer this, and then there's actually one really good question for both Chloe and Jenny from the main chat as well. So one thing that we've tried to focus in on is promoting maximum user-friendly exposure. So when people come onto the marketplace and they don't need to hold any taboo for tier 1, there is not going to be not safe for work content available for them. They will see safe for work content. And as you move up the tiers, there is a padlock feature that we've put into place on the marketplace, where when you connect your wallet, depending on how much taboo you hold, you will get access to the higher tiers, tier 2 and tier 3. Tier 4 is not in place yet for version 1, but tier 3 is. So the whole purpose of this is to ensure that when an individual, anybody, logs into our marketplace, at first glance, it's not going to be obscene from the get-go. And that is very, very important in my mind for the brand building side. I have seen a lot of projects where when they launch and the obscenity is there for anybody to see, it was a disaster. And this is one of the biggest selling points on Taboo. And it provides a lot of utility for our project, because people have to stake and hold Taboo in order to get access to higher tiers. So this is one reason and one way that we've been able to be clever, so to speak, around how to position ourselves. Because Playboy does have more nudity involved and all of that, but they do it in a more classy way, if that makes sense. So this is, we really are the Playboy of crypto, and this is what we are going to continue to develop. So good. There was one question that was a good question. It says, what are the marketing plans for the ambassadors? How much are they going to push Taboo on their platforms? 1 photo shoot a month, 2 posts a week, 4 posts a week. I think that's a good question for you. Chloe, maybe you can answer that.
Yeah,
as well.
I can definitely. So I try to, if you guys know, I try to promote daily. I would say that, when it comes to social media, the more people see me talking about something, the more they're likely to invest. So I personally try to do, I would say, like 8 to 10 stories a week. I try to do at least 1 post. I try to definitely tweet and be involved. I always show face in our group chat here on Telegram. And as for the ambassadors, the more they promote, the more they're involved. That's how they're going to get invited back for their next shoots. And, we're planning on doing photo shoots at least, as of now, twice a month, hoping to get another one in before the end of the month and bring on our newest ambassador. She's very excited to be part of Taboo. It's her first time getting involved in crypto. I think I should tell you guys now. Her name is Antia. She has a huge following as well. So we're handpicking and selecting specific women who we think will align perfectly with Taboo, and working on this calendar, which is going to come out, a 2022 calendar for, it'd be great for our Taboo holders to be able to have. We'll be having a digital version and a, physical version, which is great. And then, digital magazine. We're talking about doing the podcast. We've got so many great ideas and marketing ideas going forward through 2022. I can't wait. And we're going to be just looking for more talent, bringing on more creators. And yeah, the girls that show us the most consistency and the most postings, those are the girls that we'll continue to be working with.
Yeah.
Hi, can I ask a question?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Chloe and Jenny. Thanks for being a part of this evening. So my question is, what was the plan towards bringing in diversity to the Taboo platform? Okay, because we want people from different culture. So what was the plan towards making sure there's diversity in the platform?
So we actually had a similar conversation with CJ on the last Ask Me Anything. And we are definitely going to, are you talking about bringing in diversity in the models that we have, the ambassadors, or diversity in the platform itself?
And the mode and the ambassadors.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely. We are definitely looking to outreach for sure. As of right now, we're doing photo shoots in LA. I am based out of LA, but there is definitely all people from all over the world here. So we'll definitely will be looking into diversifying the models for the next shoots. That is definitely one of my priorities. So I will make sure that happens for you guys.
Yeah, and I will mention that, you know, upon launch, the content that you see, it's not the only content that's going to be there. See, the marketplace is going to have a strict KYC criteria for content creators who can apply. Now, as we gain more widespread adoption, there will be more and more applicants for Taboo to get involved with the Taboo brand. And we have a strict approval and rejection criteria, both for approving them, if we are going to accept them for being able to start to upload content. And this KYC is going to be, face verification. There's going to be, it's we spared nothing in terms of making sure that it fits in line with all of the gray area regulations around KYCs as well. And we want to make sure that the individual applying is actually who they say they are. And even on the NFT upload process as well, we're not going to allow any NFT to be minted and be added to the marketplace just because someone's been accepted. There's also going to be a approval process for that, because we want to make sure that whatever content is being uploaded fits in line with our brand and keeps this exclusivity that we're looking for. So this has all been pre-planned. So when it comes to diversity, that will happen organically over time, in addition to the efforts from our brand ambassadors to bring in more models. So I wanted to make that, very, very crystal clear as well. So somebody did ask a question about, is there an official media or channel of Taboo, like a group with all the models, staff, and ambassadors? Yes. We have a WhatsApp group with all of our model ambassadors. And, I never did this, but they uploaded our Taboo logo themselves. So that was really, really cool when I saw that. So that is already in place. And of course, we have to have, I have to have open lines of communication with our ambassadors, and to, ensure that we're all working together for the same cause. So that was a good question there. So I think what we'll do is we'll take one more question from the audience for the ladies, and then we will wrap it up for them, and then we'll move on to our traditional AMA style, where people can ask me questions. So we can take one more question.
Better make it good.
Hey, Chloe,
Yes.
one
Yep.
question for you ladies. So I know that Holly is quite the talented pianist. What talents or hobbies do both of you ladies enjoy?
Well, lucky for you, you're going to be able to talk to Holly herself. Our next AMA with Holly, she's our obviously our Taboo ambassadors. So yes, you'll be able to talk to her yourself. As for myself, I enjoy, what are my hobbies? I enjoy paddleboarding. I do paddleboard yoga. As Jenny calls me, I'm her circus bunny. I am extremely flexible. I've been doing gymnastics for years. I love all kinds of sports. Jenny and I love attending live sports together. We actually go to lots of soccer, football, and hockey games. We love our Pomeranians and we love crypto. What about you, Jenny?
Well, something that's super interesting, most people don't know about me, is I've been baton twirling since the age of 6. So I can actually twirl knives and fire 1, 2, and 3 batons, which also has like Chloe, and she is my Cirque du Soleil bunny. She is the most flexible person I've ever seen in my life. Amazing. But I also did jazz, ballet, and hip hop. So if you don't see me twirling some fire or knives, I usually am a ballerina. So I do a lot of that, which I think is really cool because it's given me a global outreach to travel the world. So yes, I am American, but my fans and the people I've connected with has been global, and it's exciting and intriguing.
Yeah, that was
The
very, very good.
American NFT showing you twirling some knives on fire or something.
Would you ask? I'm sorry.
That would make for an excellent NFT of you twirling some swords or something on fire.
Sure, I would love to. Yeah. I actually, for one of our very special halftime shows for the Buccaneers, I twirled my fire on the field. And the knives I twirl are called Samoan knives. So they're the really big ones. And I have them and can do all of it still. So that's a great idea. I'm going to have Chloe and I think some ideas and create that for you guys. It could be really cool.
Fantastic. So, thank you everyone for the questions that you've asked.
Sorry, Magic.
Yep. Did you have one more
Hello,
question?
can I
for
ask
the
you a
ladies?
question?
Yeah.
Simple
Wait.
question.
Let's wait until I conclude. And allow Jenny and Chloe to depart from the call, and then I will answer your questions. So, thanks again, everybody, for asking your questions to Jenny and Chloe. We will have Holly Barker on our next AMA. So she's very, very excited to be on the call. She wanted to get in on this call, but I think having one new ambassador on each call makes more sense. So thank you everybody for being kind and respectful with the questions that you're asking them as well, because the environment that we're creating for them is also extremely important, and it's good for them to know that we have a community that is respectful of them as well. So without further ado, thanks again, Chloe and Jenny. We look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Love talking with you guys.
Perfect. And then now we can transition into questions for myself. So Ben, I believe you were about to ask me a question.
Hello, Magic.
Hello.
Thank you for all services and clearance. Is it possible that Taboo platform asks for KYC from holders? Because there are really restricted regulations in some countries like Iran. I was on a platform that was movie block, and my coins and NFTs locked because I was from Iran. And is it possible that you ask that you ask KYC from holders?
Yeah, so right now there's strict KYC for the creators. There's also an age verification process that is very important. You have to be 18 years of age or older in order to access our marketplace. So there is actually KYC around that. So to answer your question, yes, because it's we want to make sure that there's a lot of gray area regulations that are going on right now, and it really is a gray area. But if you look at our white paper and the legal disclaimers that we've made, we had an expert lawyer that was helping write the white paper. So we are making sure that we are abiding in advance with what we can see as future regulatory concerns that can come up for our platform. So we are ensuring that that is the case. So on a legal side, absolutely, we are on top of it. So absolutely. So that was a very, very good question. There was a really good question that was asked from the chat. From Rockandrolo Kid. He said, obviously porn is not your focus, but it needs at least some erotic content to get people's attention. Porn is different from erotic, as you know. How do you plan to continuously get people attention only with nudity content? We don't want porn in the traditional style. We need some erotic content. Yes. So the way that the tiers are being structured, tier 1 is completely safe for work. Tier 2 is, think of it as implied nudity. Okay. Tier 3 is nudity. Okay. Now, why we have the tiers in place is, as I've mentioned before, this tiering system is a unique aspect of our business model where we promote maximum user-friendly exposure. Now, tier 4, which is not here yet, that is in later versions. This is where, virtual reality comes in. There will be XXX rated type content. There will be private shows. You will be able to interact with content creators. Even private DMs will be coming in as well, streaming services, all of that. So all of that's going to be there. Now, for the content upon launch, the content that you see is not the final content that we are going to have. As Chloe mentioned, there will be lots more photo shoots. There will be more ambassadors coming in. There will also be new type ambassadors that will be applying to get onto our platform, some of which will be happy to share erotic content, some of which maybe do not want to, but there is an opportunity for them to get involved with our brand in the tier 1 and tier 2 scale. So we're making sure that we are targeting this from all angles. And I agree with you. Erotic content is not the same as pornography. And if you look at how Playboy has done it, it's really about erotic content actually, and not pornography. So I agree with you on that. But I want to make sure everyone understands that when we launch, we will be bringing in a lot of fresh content on the daily moving forward. So what you see is not all that you are going to get. It's a very, very crucial point that I wanted to mention. So there's a question from Ritik Jain. Are you planning for an application for iOS and Android? Absolutely. This is mobile integration is in some of our later versions of our marketplace. It is critical to have an app. I think that would be fantastic. Just, our logo on it, Taboo app, linked to, there'll be merch store there. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I can't wait. But it speaks to the fact that we are still a long-term play. When I have conversations with James, we talk about how we're going to be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We get excited about the legacy that we're creating. And we really do believe that we are going to go down in history for Taboo, right? Because right now we have the opportunity to, as I've said before, bridge the gap that Playboy failed to do by not going digital. Chloe has said it before, they are a dying brand as it is. And I am looking to make stars. And what I mean by that is it's not just the already established type models that are coming in. We, just like Playboy did it, they created stars and they made certain creators become well known around the world. And this is why we are going to also have a digital magazine to feature our established models as well as up and coming rising stars. This is the reason why we are going to have a radio show. This is the reason why we are creating all of these brand building initiatives to ensure that that is possible, because I want to make sure that if anybody wants to get involved with Playboy again and they understand that crypto is the future, Taboo is the first project that comes to their mind. So this is my dedication to all of you that I will make this happen. Now, In terms of the requirements for each tier, you know, right now it's based on US dollars, which is subject to change. I did not want to confuse our community by making a rapid shift and making it on token amounts as well. So, you know, it's going to be based on dollar amount for now, but I am looking to, you know, alter that into Taboo token amount after launch. At some point, I'm going to be reviewing this because, you know, as we keep growing, we may have to alter our business model a little bit, but I am sticking with what we have communicated to the community around how the tiering structure will look for the time being. And this is also another, you know, it adds to another point here. So this is one of the reasons why with V1, you know, I'm keeping it very simple, user friendly, easily understandable. Yield farming will be easy to understand and do. Staking will be easy to understand and do. I did not want to overcomplicate our launch so that smoke is blowing out of people's ears around all the intricacies of it. And this is all of these additional technological advancements are going to be phasing in. I'm going to be phasing them in with proper marketing, with proper education materials to ensure that people understand it. This is number one. If you don't understand what you're buying or what you're doing, you're never going to own it. So this is one of the big things that I'm also focusing on as well. So good. Any questions on this call at the moment?
Yeah, just a question.
Yep.
I just want to follow up on what you just said. Do you think it would be a good idea at some point or even near the beginning to, I don't want to overcomplicate things either, but in order for those tokens to be worth something to the general public, to put a US dollar amount, yeah, but to put also a token amount that would be kind of discounted if you use tokens instead. Is that something that makes sense?
Yes. You know, that is actually discussions that I've had internally around this. This is an idea that I've also had. And, you know, I'm going to be looking at other ways as well. You know, see, tier 4 is the all exclusive tier, right? And this is, you know, we need to remember one thing. We are a token project in the crypto space, but we're also an entertainment company. And we have to remember that that's why the live events are coming in. That's why we have this almost ticketing system with like the Taboo Punks to ensure that, you know, people can, you know, they will be able to get involved in other ways beyond just the holding amount. And yes, I'm looking at this. I'm even looking at potentially, you know, in later versions, you know, there will be staking onto individual content creators' profiles. So that's going to be another way for people to get into higher tiers for different types of creators' content that they so choose. It can also act as a secondary alternative to, you know, move into higher tiers as well. I'm even looking at a potential subscription model as well. So these are all being formulated, and I need to carefully formulate them. But to answer your question, yes, I have actually thought about this, especially around discounts. So very, very
We're
good
both
question.
geniuses then. We're both geniuses then. I have one last question here. I know I'm a little bit, I'm the same guy who asked the question about the CertiK audit on the last AMA. So I'm a little bit annoying with it, I understand, but I just want to know, you said that it would be done before the launch of the marketplace. Is that still on track? And my follow-up question to that would be, is the release of the marketplace depending on the CertiK audit being done?
No, it's not dependent on the CertiK audit being done. And thank you again for reminding me of this. You know, I'm working 24 hours a day on this project. You know, I'm looking at operational scaling as well in the background. So, you know, the CertiK audit, you know, we're going to get that concluded as soon as possible. That's the best answer that I can give. Bear with me. It's going to be now a focus point to finish off the latter parts of what's needed for this. So I want to thank you for reminding me of that. Actually, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Majid, sorry for my bad English grammar. And I just didn't understand. Do you restrict holders from special territories like Iran or Iraq or Saudi Arabia? Do you restrict holders or just creators?
No, we're not restricting anyone from anywhere in the world. There's no restrictions that we are going to have for individuals as long as they are meeting the KYC criteria that we have set for them. Then, to my understanding, and I'm not a legal expert, but I have a team member. You can also DM OG Foodie. You can ask him this as well. I don't want to answer a question that I'm not fully, that I'm not a full expert in. But what I will tell you is we have KYC criteria on the marketplace, and it's really important to have that. And so, of course, we don't want to have barriers to entry for people around the world to buy Taboo. That would not be right either. But we have to make sure that we are abiding by the legal guidelines. And unfortunately, they're very gray. So we're just going to have to assume, and that's how we've designed our marketplace, that the regulations will come in the future, and that as long as we are anticipating it, we've been planning around it to ensure that we will never have any legal issues around our marketplace, and that is something that I can assure you of right now.
Thank you so much.
Great. So I'm going to check on some questions from the questions in the Discord as well, because I don't want to forget about the Discord at the moment. So I've answered a few questions there, so bear with me. Okay, great. So there's a few more questions there. So let me get to it. I'm about to lose my voice on this call. Oh my gosh. Okay, so good. So, right. Okay, there's two questions from the Discord. One is around the Taboo Punks. Okay, so minting on BSC for these NFTs, when we have our platform, it's a different story. But when we first created the Taboo Punks, we never had a product. The product was still in development. And the idea at the time was we wanted to make it simple for the Taboo Punks. But when we learned that it's $100 to $300 per mint on the Taboo Punks on the BSC chain, and we saw how much cheaper it was to mint on Ethereum, that was the reason why at the time we went with Ethereum. And the logic that I had at the time was, with these Taboo Punks, if you start to feature them on OpenSeas and other platforms, it becomes marketing material for Taboo, because people will say, what are these? I've never seen this before. What's Taboo? And so it would drive traffic back to our website. It'll drive more holders and all of that. So that's why we're doing it on Ethereum. And I don't understand why it's just so expensive to mint on BSC. But remember, the Taboo Punks was always designed as a reward for our early holders to get limited tiering access to the higher tiers. You will be able to bypass the tiers up to tier 3 by owning a Taboo Punks. We have all the wallet holdings, the wallet information that we are sending to PowerSoft, our development team. And whether or not we start to create more of these types of NFTs down the line, I believe we will. I'm not sure, but I like the idea of scarcity and having only 10,000 Taboo Punks ever in existence. So there is an opportunity to own a scarce asset that can be valuable, but really it's your entry point and ticket to live events and everything that is shown on the Google form. I mean, James and I are already talking about conducting live events already. So this is the answer that I can give on that. And there was another question around, okay, a lot is resting on my shoulders. Absolutely, there is a lot resting on my shoulders. I'm in a position where I'm starting to, so you're all aware, delegate a little bit more, but it's about bringing in the right individuals that can provide value. So, if you look at our Discord, there's an advertising ideas section. There is a community moderator application section as well. We have a dedicated Discord team that is helping me in the areas of delegation that I need so that I can move into a role where I can focus even more on the bigger things and the bigger plays. So this is all happening in terms of operational scaling as well. Now with regards to a DAO, if we turn this into a DAO, the problem is in the US, they will not be happy with it. The SEC and all of that, from my understanding. And this is one of the reasons why we're not, for the time being, creating a governance type secondary token or turning it into a DAO at the time being. And that's something that we made a decision on a few months back, because that really changes a lot of the legalities around our project. That doesn't mean we won't do it later on, but we're unclear about the consequences of turning this into a DAO at the time being. So that's something that we're staying away from at the time. So good question around that as well. So good.
I have a question in regards
Yep.
to the Taboo Punks, and I wanted to know if you've decided to come up with a receipt type thing. I think it makes some people uncomfortable. I've seen people mention it, that we're sending Ethereum to a wallet, but you don't really get a receipt saying, okay, your Taboo Punks will come when they're minted or something like that.
Let me share this. So I will tell you that yes, the way that we did the Google form was definitely not the best way of doing it. We almost oversimplified the process, but the one thing that we have going for us, and everybody in our community knows this, we are a trustworthy project. We're a legitimate project. We've been around for many, many months. So, that's why we still got a lot of buys coming in. But what we've done recently, if you check our recent announcements, we had a developer that has been another developer that's been helping us on the side. He's doing a fantastic job. Cisco Stu, he's a Discord community manager as well. He created a DApp for us that is tied to our GitHub. So it's public code where everybody can see it, because, I understood that for some holders, there could have been a breach of trust there, and they might not have felt comfortable around how it was designed. And so when that was brought to my attention, we made a DApp. It's linked to our GitHub. It's public code to help reassure our investors. And now there is, for the new purchases moving forward, there is a confirmation email being sent. As for everybody else that has bought before, not to worry, you will still receive your Taboo Punks. We have cross-referenced all the transactions. We have your contact information. If there's anything that comes up, we will contact you. But this was the most efficient way that we can improve the purchasing process moving forward. But I can't go backwards now on the purchases that have been made. So I apologize if you not receiving a confirmation email disheartened you a little bit. What you need to know is we've improved and modified it to the appropriate high standards that it should have been from the start. So thank you for that, Jake.
Thank you for that. Actually, I hadn't purchased yet, but now knowing that, I know it sounds silly that just an email saying that, hey, I received your payment makes me more comfortable to purchase. But the thought of not getting any type of response after sending Ethereum to another address just wasn't comfortable to me. So now that I know that there is a receipt type process where maybe one day if anything gets messed up, I have, proof of purchase, or that just makes me feel a little bit better. But thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, even with the way that the DApp works, it's like, when you're connecting your Ethereum wallet, it's on chain. It's connected to the Ethereum mainnet as well, right? And so I know some people were worrying about, well, how much Ethereum do I need to send because of gas fees and all of that? Well, it's going to automate it for you depending on the amount of Taboo Punks you want to buy, in the exact amount of Ethereum that needs to be sent. When you validate your amount of Taboo tokens that you hold by inputting your Taboo wallet, it will automatically share with you whether you are eligible for the discount based on the Taboo you hold before you connect your Ethereum wallet. And then there will be confirmation emails sent as well. And when we first launched it, there were issues with the confirmation emails, but we managed to troubleshoot it. Now all the confirmation emails are being sent you can't have perfect tech all the time, but if you purchase a Taboo Punks now, there will be a confirmation email as well. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Great. Any other questions on this call right now?
I have a last weird one that you might not be able to answer, but I'll try my luck.
Sure.
You know what's going on with Bitmart? Still not able to withdraw or deposit, and all the other coins that I have with them that had that issue a few weeks ago when we started talking about it are all resolved. Only Taboo is not, and they respond 0 to support. So I was wondering if you guys, as the team itself, have a way to check with them what's going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna press the button and go more intense with them after this call. I have reminded them. I have spoken to them about it, but this is the reality. I don't like saying this, but luckily when now we're moving on to major exchanges like Gate, they run a different kind of operation than some of these other exchanges. It's what they did. I don't quite fully understand why. But I am going to make sure that I press and ramp up the intensity on them as well after this call. And I apologize on behalf of anybody on this call that is having issues with Bitmart. This was not Taboo's doing. It was not anything to do with the core team. And I truly apologize because that frustrates me to hear that. So so let me get on that after the call. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good. So I will maybe check some chat questions. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of. Let me double check. Okay. So yeah, so we've sold over half of the Taboo Punks right now. We might even be close to 6,000 out of the 10,000, actually. Last time we checked it was about a week ago. It was close to 5,000. I've seen a lot more transactions since then, so we may very well be closer to the 6,000 mark for the Taboo Punks at the moment. So, Mustafa, your question around manual burning. So, when revenue gets generated on the marketplace, and again, 99% of the profits from the sales are going back to our creators. I mean, we're only taking a small processing fee, like how auction sites do it, to just manage our overhead expenses. But we will look into manual burning protocols, depending on how much revenue comes in, which we know that this needs to be allocated to paying our development team, their retainers, and to ensure that we can manage the expenses of running the platform. So there's really nothing coming to us, so to speak. But as we continue to generate revenue, I've mentioned this in previous AMAs, I am happy to do manual burn events. Very happy to do that. So.
Hey,
Good.
Can I ask a question?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're thinking about Taboo for the long haul, right? But I'm not sure. Do we have any way that we can store our Taboo token to a hard wallet instead of instead of just MetaMask and Trust Wallet?
Okay, so I believe you can. I believe as long as you have a hardware wallet, you can store your tokens on there. I wonder if anyone on this call has done that already for Taboo. I know online wallets are for the most part safe, but the safest way to, and the least safe is obviously on exchanges. What's more safe is on online wallets. But the safest way to store your tokens would be on a hardware wallet. But remember too, so there will be staking coming onto our marketplace. So we have the highest security imaginable around the marketplace. So, of course, we keep in mind that if you want to stake, you're gonna want to stake on our platform. So,
well, yeah, I totally agree with that. But um, what my reason for bringing this up is, let me see. So a few days ago, I I woke up and I checked my Trust wallet, and then when I checked my Trust wallet, all my Taboo token was gone along with some other tokens, which luckily for me it was just a glitch. But I mean, that's kind of scary, man.
it is, and it speaks to one thing that I hope will happen, especially with wallets, and online wallets. I really do believe there needs to be two-factor authentication on there. I do believe that in terms of privacy and security, that really needs to be improved across the board. And I hope that there are projects that are being made now that can help with making people feel more comfortable around the tokens they hold on various wallets as well. So yeah, and that was a glitch, and I've seen that happen on other tokens as well. It has to do with Trust Wallet and some of the wallets themselves. So just don't worry, your tokens are not disappearing unless you accidentally, click a link and get scammed by giving away your seed phrase and all of that. So I want to urge everybody not to do that. I know there are some scam groups going on for Taboo. I'm trying my very best to get rid of them. And Telegram is terrible at this. So if anyone has any ideas that I have not thought of on how to remove some of these scam groups, please DM me, because Telegram is not being helpful on this. And it's really, really unfair that anybody can just make any scam group and have botted members to make it look like the group is bigger than ours. And I see it happen on every project that has potential. And it's really, really concerning to me. And I just don't know how to deal with that other than us warning our community every single day. If anyone knows any methods that I'm not aware of, please DM me, because I need to get rid of this one scam group that has 13 or 14,000 members, and I don't know how to do it. I really don't know how. So thank you on that question as well. So
Just to speak on that, Majid, one thing I've seen our communities do was that even like how we have the Taboo Army group, we would just have everyone go in there and essentially join the group and just report it as spam. I've seen that to be one of the most effective things.
Okay. Because I did yesterday. I did get screenshots from another team member. I asked them to send me it, where it kind of gives the steps exactly on how to do it. So I'll make an official announcement a little later today in the announcements channel. I can't do it on Twitter because I know that we have a lot of holders that are not part of Telegram anyway. So I'll do it in the announcements channel, and I hope that everybody can follow the steps, and hopefully we can at least get the scam sign on that scam group, because that in and of itself would be enough if we can get the scam logo on that group. So
Hi there, can I ask a question, Majid?
thank you for that. Thank you. Good. So I'll take a couple more questions.
Hey, Majid,
and then we can wrap up. So
just a quick comment on the hardware wallet.
Yep,
I'm
go ahead.
storing my tokens on a hardware wallet.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
If you can store your tokens on a Trust wallet or a MetaMask, you can store them on a hardware wallet. It's just a matter of setting it up, and it's pretty easy with some YouTube videos, and I highly recommend that.
Yeah, no, thank you for clarifying on that as well. One thing that I'm doing is, when I'm doing the operational scaling side of this business, I want to have a lot of educational material for our community around aspects like this. Storing on a hardware wallet, why it's safe, for all of that. So you've reminded me again on me to add some additional points on helping instruct our community on doing all of this. So thank you for that. That means a lot. So
thank you.
Good.
Hi, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would just like to know, a while back we confirmed, so to speak, that Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan's NFTs will be available on the Taboo platform. Am I correct when I say that?
Yeah, yes, there are some exclusive NFTs from them, and I want you to know one thing that we've taken pride in, and this is one of the reasons why we have our current ambassadors right now that are marketing us so effectively, is that I never bound them to any contracts. I never made them feel that this is supposed to be work. I wanted this to be a fun environment for them to get involved, where they are free to come and go as they please. So there are some exclusive NFTs of Paris Hilton. Now, in terms of people are saying, is she going to do a tweet? Is she going to do that? I can't speak to that. It could happen in the future. It might not. But the bottom line is there are some NFTs around them. Absolutely. So yes, good question.
Thank you very much, Majid. I fully appreciate it. And if you don't mind, I just have a short follow-up question. So on our bank, with my static rewards, and maybe you guys have addressed this before, so I'm sorry for everyone before.
Is it still not receiving for you as well right now?
No, and I've been holding on our bank since like June 1st, and I haven't received one of my static rewards.
Unbelievable, because the static rewards were being received, and it was just lately that I've been told that they're not coming. So
yeah, look,
so
it's definitely not like a
I'm
defining point for
sending
me or
another
anything.
message right on this call. I'm sending a message right now to Bank, so I don't forget. Hold on.
Majid, just while you're doing that, as a follow-up to his question about the tweet, that would be huge marketing if we could get Paris Hilton or Lindsay Lohan, and they may do it for tokens. I think they get paid for tweets, and maybe you could give them, $250,000 in tokens, which sounds like a lot of money, but you've got the printing press, and that could be a good marketing tool for us.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then, we're looking at all ways of doing this and onboarding creators. But, the big thing that I have been adamant on is that, what I love is when people have skin in the game and they're personally invested. Like Chloe is personally invested. Many of our model ambassadors are personally invested. When you have skin in the game, you have motivation to actually work. I've seen so many other crypto projects where you provide substantial amounts of tokens, and then they go and dump those tokens, and that hurts their price. Or you pay for Twitter promotions or a shout out. I'm not fond of that. Like, even when I have models today that are reaching out to me and they're saying, so is this going to be a paid promotion that I'm doing? And I'm like, I'm not looking for a cheap promotion. I can go and get 100 cheap promoters to do that. I'm looking for real ambassadors that want to be involved with Playboy in its infancy. And if they don't see the potential themselves, they're never going to market the project to their fans, and because they're not clear on the fact that it's in their best interest to do so. Does that make sense? So I have a very different mentality around ambassadorship type roles. when it comes to the Taboo project. So that's a very, very good question that you actually brought up. So
Cool, Manjeet. Thank you so much for answering my question to begin with, and also reaching out to Albank really means a lot. And just to be clear, it's not a defining point for me in holding Taboo or not. It was just something that I'm noted, and I'm sure there's a few other people that are also struggling with it. So yeah, thanks a lot for answering that question as well.
yeah, no problem. I'll take one more question before my voice disappears. So
Yeah.
Go
Hello.
ahead. Hello.
Hi, Majid. This is Mason. Hi. So my question is about the actual marketplace that's coming soon. So let's say I bought an NFT. First of all, would both? I have like two questions. Both wallets would connect, Trust Wallet and MetaMask, or one? Like, I just want to be ready to.
No.
Jump in and buy
Right now, it's one wallet. Again, I'm not a tech expert, but it's any Web3 compatible wallet you will be able to connect. Any.
So
Web3.
would I be able to connect from Trust Wallet from my phone, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, that would be nice if we can clarify this for everybody so that it doesn't get confusing at the time of the launch. Just an idea.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because we have about a week left. I mean, I'm.
Yeah.
I wish you would all understand when I say that I'm working 24/7. It's not a joke.
Oh, definitely.
All hands are on deck for everyone else too, because every time we get to a point, we were getting to a point with the marketplace, more things needed to be changed and updated as we were moving forward. Right now, we're on track to launch on the 23rd. I have no doubt that we will. So I'm fully confirming that right now. But it still doesn't mean that there's a lot of work and preparation behind the scenes. So what I want to do leading up to launch, I will submit an official Medium article at some point explaining everything that you need to know about our marketplace, what's going to be there, the features, what will be coming in later versions. I'm going to make that is something that needs to be done, and it's going to be done closer to launch. So that's in my agenda as well. So
Okay. I just wanted to know if let's say if I bought an I mean, you can disclose that later, but if you're planning on making it. But my question was, if I bought an NFT, would I be able to reset it on the platform, or is that how am I imagining this correctly?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I will also I'm going to confirm with my dev team as well. But there is the ability to buy and sell NFTs. I've mentioned this many times. So I'm gonna clarify that with them today as well, because we do have a section on the marketplace that is based on sales of NFTs, and I know royalties, they're going to be coming in a later version, royalties on them as well. So there is buys, there is sells, and there is auctions. So you will be able to buy and also sell NFTs. I just
like
got
a resell the same NFT that I bought. Okay.
Because then it would just be people buying NFTs to just collect them. No, many people collect NFTs because they want to own it. Many people want to try to resell it as well. So
resell is good because it markets Taboo to somebody could take their Twitter and be like, oh, look at my NFT, and then people would learn about Taboo. So resell is very important in my opinion.
Absolutely. That's all there. That is all there. So
yeah,
100%.
That was it. Thank you, and good luck.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. So I think this is a good time to wrap up. I want to remind everyone on this call, thank you again for being on the call. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You are here early. We are building a brand that is here to stay, that is here to last, that is here to win. We are currently the #1 adult token for many reasons, and we plan to stay there. We have Gate Exchange coming on the 23rd. We have our marketplace launch coming, which again is just version 1. So please remember to not over expect, because that will disappoint yourself, despite the fact that I'm excited for what's coming. We need to remember this is like us. This is the starting point of our marketplace innovations and features moving forward. So again, this is a set and forget type project. You're buying Playboy in its infancy, and I'm honored and privileged to be on these calls and to deliver on our promises to ensure that all of you can be handsomely rewarded by placing your trust in us on owning Taboo as a viable investment opportunity. So I will say that I am not going to stop until this becomes a top 10 crypto. It is not going to, it might not happen overnight, but it's just a matter of when, not if. And I thank again everybody for being on this call. I'm about to lose my voice. We have a lot to look forward to, especially in the coming days. And I look forward to chatting with you all again soon. Thank you.